1. It was 2018, after hours at around 7 p.m. 3 of us are online on shift at our inbound call center. 2 of us in office, me and the current shift supervisor, and then the 3rd operator working their shift from home, who I'll refer to as at-home operator. Also, it's worth noting that we're an inbound call center for real estate related stuff. Anyways, I noticed that at-home operator has been on call for over 15 minutes. The software we use allows anyone to see who's actively taking a call and how long they've been in the call for. A 15-minute call is incredibly rare for our call center. Usually anything beyond a 5-minute call is considered long for us. So of course I'm sitting there thinking, what the heck is going on? But of course I can't tell because that home operator is taking the call from their home and not in our office, so I can't overhear it. But then at-home operator calls the supervisor, who again is working in the office with me at the time, and explains to them that they're dealing with a very difficult and delusional woman, and she wanted to speak with the supervisor. So the supervisor takes over the call and is greeted by a very angry lady, probably in her 50s, who's just about at her limit. "Hello, how can I help you?" She gave her address, and then said,
"And there's a cat here."
"There's a cat in your home?"
"Yes, I was out and now I'm back home and there's a cat in my apartment. Who was in here?"
Callers will often think that our call center is the real estate and property management company they think they're speaking with. But our call center is actually a middleman that takes messages for busy real estate companies and agents and passes them along. "I'm sorry, but I'm not sure who's been in your apartment. I'll need to pass along a message to the property management company that deals with your apartment. They'll give you a call back. May I please have your name and phone number?"
"I'm not giving you shit. I want to know who's in my apartment. Somebody broke in and left their cat in here."
"Ma'am, if someone broke into your apartment, you should call 911. Confused, angry noises ensue. "This is just a call center. Like I mentioned, I would have to send a message to them in order for them to give you a call back. Maybe they'd know who was in your apartment."
"I just need to know who was in my apartment and whose damn cat this is."
"Are you missing anything? Does it look like your door was broken into?"
"No, nothing is missing and nothing is wrong with my door."
"Did you have any open windows while you were out?"
"Yes."
"It's entirely possible that the cat could have come in through your window."
"No, that's ridiculous. Somebody was in my apartment."
"Did the cat pass by your feet as you were walking through the door?"
"Somebody broke into my apartment and I need to know who. If you aren't going to help me, I'm filing a complaint against you and at-home operator."
"Call 911. If someone breaks into your home, you call the police, not a real estate company." The supervisor's trying not to laugh at this point, but it's getting hard to contain it, and the caller hears.
"Somebody broke into my apartment and you're laughing? Say goodbye to your job. I'm filing a complaint."
The caller hangs up. I've worked in that call center for 4 years to this date, and while there have been some pretty crazy calls while I've been working there, this one takes the cake. However, I still can't imagine what those 15 minutes of hell must have been like for at-home operator before the supervisor took over. 2. Typical day at an insurance company call center. Customer calls in. "My mother just passed away, and I found policy papers with her things." "I'm so sorry to hear that. How can I assist you today?" "It says here that I'm the beneficiary of this policy. I'd like to know how to claim the money." "Absolutely. What is the insured's name and policy number, as well as your name?" I get the info and look up the policy. "I do see your mother's policy here, but it looks like it lapsed with no value." "The hell are you talking about? My mother took this policy out 10 years ago and told me I'd be getting money when she died." "I'm sure she did. However, your mother stopped paying the premiums on the policy 5 months after she took it out. After another 3 months of no payments on the premiums, and no contact with your mother, the policy was cancelled by the company." "You fucking liars. My mother didn't stop paying this. She would have told me. You fucking scammers. You just don't want to pay out the money. Goddamn crooks." "If you can provide bank statements proving your mother's premiums were paid these past 10 years, we will gladly pay the claim. She was set up with pre-authorized debits from her bank. After 5 months, a stop payment was put on her premium withdrawals. We reached out by phone, letter, and email with no response. If you're telling me some grand mistake was made, and your mother did, in fact, continue to make premium payments and keep her policy in good standing, We will accept proof by way of bank statements showing her monthly premiums being drafted from her account until her passing. There's a long pause.
Fuck you!
Then they hung up on me. Later in the day, I was perusing one of our social media pages, and I noticed a long rant from someone with the same name as the caller, saying our company was a scam, took their mother's money for years, and then refused to pay out on her policy. I wanted to respond so badly with the facts, but obviously, due to privacy laws, I can't. What I wanted to say was, yes, your mother paid our company a total of $150, then stopped paying for 10 years. We should then totally give you $200,000 because that's how we stay in business. Insurance. Please, people. Make sure you pay your premiums, and make sure you know what you're buying. You know what your options are if something happens and you can't afford to pay more. There are types of products that accumulate value in different ways. And if you've told your kids they're getting money when you die, tell them you've let the policy lapse so they're still not expecting it. 3. I'm working in a call center as a customer service in Poland. We are the biggest e-commerce delivering company in the country. Every day we deliver nearly 500,000 parcels, and we are the only company in Poland that uses a delivery system that's called Paczkomat. It's basically a parcel machine. There are currently over 13,000 machines in my country, in every city and nearly every small town. It's a very popular system in Poland. Everyone knows it and prefers it over the door-to-door system, because basically your package is delivered to a parcel machine that's probably near your block or house, and you have 48 hours to pick it up. Every day I pick up nearly 500 calls. They're rather short, so I don't remember most of them, and crazy people call all the time, so I could probably find a lot of crazy stories to tell, and I probably will do that someday because I love stories, but today I wanted to tell you about a call that happened like 20 minutes ago. I've got a lot worse stories. This is not a hardcore story, but it was frustrating because I was trying to help, and I think it shows the kind of customers I deal with every day. So this male customer calls and I pick up. Hello, this is Elias Ivo. How can I help you? I tried to pick up my parcel, but the post office box isn't working. So this happens quite often. When it's cold outside, they don't want to work. Sometimes there's a problem with the hinges. Of course, there is a procedure for that. First, we ask customers to push the doors of the box, because that's something that helps. Really, 9 out of 10 times it helps. If it does not help, we send a request to a delivery man to fix it or place in a working box. Delivery man has 24 hours to do that, and a customer gets an additional 48 hours to pick it up and an apology. It's as simple as that. This customer tried to push the door as I asked him to do so, but it didn't help. Honestly, I just think he was pushing the wrong door, but I have no way to check that. I can only tell him which box is his. But how can I know if he knows how to count? That's the moment he started screaming and calling me slurs. He told me he demands to have his box open for him in 5 minutes. That's kinda stupid, because I'm like 300 kilometers away from him, so how can I fix it in 5 minutes being in my house? I apologized and tried to explain I can send a request and someone will fix it for him, and he will get a notification and a new chance to pick it up. I understand that it can be frustrating because he wanted to get his package now, but let's be honest, we delivered it to the machine in less than 24 hours. He can wait another couple of hours to pick it up. It's not like he waited a week. And another thing, it's not my fault. I tried to help him and he called me a gay slur. But eventually I convinced him that it's the only way to help him. So I start writing the request and that when verification process starts. We have to get his email address and phone number because 1, that's the way to verify he is the person I'm talking to. 2, we have to contact him somehow to tell him it's fixed. He tells me something like, "Why should I tell you that? It's my personal information." Of course, I see his phone number on my screen. I just need him to verify that. So I explain why I need that information, and that's when he decides to ruin the whole thing and tell me that I'm rude, I want to steal his phone number, etc. If he told me his phone number that I have on the screen, he would have his parcel in a few hours, but no, he was just dumb. He told me that he demands his money back, and I thought, okay, I will let you shoot your foot. You see, if he demands to get his money back, we no longer can give him his parcel. It will come back where it came from, and he will get his money. Or not. If the office decides to cancel and decides that it wasn't our fault, he won't get any money. That's how reclamation works. Moreover, reclamation process lasts from 14 to 30 days, so no parcel and money after a month. I explained that to him very quickly that the reclamation was sent. Good luck with your parcel, dumbass. If you're nice and understanding to a customer service worker, you're gonna get what you want. But if you call me names and scream at me, I'm gonna follow the procedure and let you shoot yourself in the foot. Always remember that customer service is there to help you, and do it as fast as possible. I understand that it can be frustrating that the machine doesn't work, but it's not my fault. And that's something we can fix within 24 hours. And don't tell me I'm rude. I wasn't rude. If I was, I would lose my job. I am very well trained and always nice. Even though inside, I want to kill you. 4. In the early 2000s, I worked in a call center in a Central European country. I was a night shift specialist where we had a lot of different clients' lines. Most of them were easy tasks like taking a call back for the next day. But we also serviced some highly specialized services like a mobile phone provider service line. And you guessed it, a roadside assistance provider's helpline. It was an easy Friday night, mostly drunk customers wanting to lock their phones because they had lost it. Also, people who wanted to have the VAT on their bill explained in the middle of the night, probably also drunk, or needing quotes for their car insurance, again probably drunk. At around 3 a.m., I got a call on a roadside assistance line, and it goes like this. Roadside assistance, my name is Snezafelt, how may I help you?
Hi, our car broke down in the forest. Can you send a technician?
Sure, what's your address?
I'm not sure. Somewhere in the woods?
Do you have a street name? Do you see any signs?
No, we're in the middle of nowhere.
What's the last town you were passing through, and which direction were you going?
We don't know.
Lots of tries follow to find out anything concerning the customer's whereabouts. Could you please secure your position with a breakdown triangle? Get a signal vest and walk until you get any info on where you could be.
Can you, trace us on our mobiles?
Note at this time mobile phones did not yet have GPS. No, sorry.
And our mobile phone provider, can he?
No, he can't.
I'll try.
At this time, a little more background info. Well, technically your mobile provider can approximately triangulate your location. Also, there was a tool to do this, and I was one of the few people who had access to it, after a long and exhaustive training by the legal team. The use of this tool was heavily monitored, only to be used after police had sent me lots of paperwork via fax and signed by a judge, and the paper trail afterwards was horrendous. Well, as chance would have it, our customer was also a customer of the mobile provider we worked for, and soon after the previous chat, the service line rang. Mobile phone provider, my name is Snezafelt, what can I do for you?
Hi, our car broke down in the woods, and the roadside assistant said you can trace our location. Could you tell me where we are, please?
I really had a hard time not laughing. For one, he didn't realize he was talking to the same person as before. Secondly, well, unfortunately, what he said wasn't true. Unfortunately, I can't do that. I would recommend you secure your position with a breakdown triangle, get a signal vest, and walk until you can get any info on where you could be.
Yeah, that's what the other guy said. But could you please tell us where we are?
Unfortunately, only the police can find out the location of your mobile, and they're only allowed to ask in certain circumstances, where this is not one of them.
So I should call the police?
No, you shouldn't. You should secure your position, blah 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 blah. Listen, repeat.
Okay, I'll call the police.
Just when my colleague and I were done laughing, like 20 minutes later, roadside rang again. Same guy again. Roadside assistance, my name is Snezafelt, how may I help you?
I called the police as you told me, and they told me they couldn't help me. Instead, they told me to secure my position with a breakdown triangle, get a signal vest, and walk until I can find any info on where I could be.
That's a wise recommendation. What did you find out?
I'm at certain Street 190 this town.
Truck is on its way. Man, this story lived for years, and I would have loved to share our side of the story with the involved cops. 5. I used to work for a tech giant that specialized in phone, internet, and TV. In this tale of the worst couple of weeks of my life, I was a part of our advanced resolution team, ART, meaning we got frequent callers that had problems that caused them to bypass regular support, and come to the more experienced agents. The call you're about to hear about took over 2 weeks to fix. That included me, my supervisor and team lead, my general manager, my general manager's boss, the billing manager, and the billing general manager, and about 9 different helpless billing agents. I got the call at the beginning of my shift, first call of the day. I spoke with her for over half my shift, making in and out calls to and for her to get the issue resolved. My customer explained she had paid her bill, then attempted to pay the next month's bill in advance, 2 days after the initial payment. She was saying her TV was saying she had no service and gave us a call. The code she gave was specifically a billing code, meant it turned off due to lack of payment. I pull up her payments and see not only did she pay her $287 bill, but she actually made a second payment in the same amount a few days later. I asked if the first had not processed from her bank, and she explained she just wanted to pay the next month in advance, as her family would be busy and a TV bill would be the last thing on her mind. Her account even showed the $287 credit from her second payment. I shrug and go through my flow, hoping it would fix the issue. We reset the box, redid the satellite search, took off and added back on her services. We did absolutely everything we could from the flow, only for it to say she needs to pay her bill to restore device. At this point, I am 20 minutes in, and I guess I looked slightly panicked. The woman remained calm the whole time, and was luckily very nice and understanding for the call. I grabbed my team lead, since he sat at the desk next to mine, and explained the situation. He tells me we need to contact billing, and tell the customer I will call her back when billing tells me what the resolution is. I'm trained in billing, but do not have the background capabilities our billing team has. I call billing, give the account number, explain the situation. The representative tells me for some reason, due to the payments being so close together, they basically bounced off each other, freaked out our system, and caused our services to be shut off. What? The representative tells me it's a quick fix. They will message the background team and have them re-push the information, and it will only take an hour to fix. Awesome. I can handle that and the customer will be thrilled. I call her back and inform her of the solution our billing team is working on and the time frame of the solution. She is extremely happy, and I told her I would recheck with her in an hour to make sure her service is back. I call her back about an hour later and she tells me her services are still off. Oh no. I try the billing code flow again, with the same result. I asked my team lead what to do, and he tells me to recall billing. Great. I call billing once again for them to reiterate the same information. They said it may take another hour and to check with the customer then. I explain what's going on. She's understanding and told me she would be waiting for my call. 1 hour later, we have the same result. I recall billing for the 3rd time that day and ask for a supervisor. Explain everything to him, and he gives me his direct chat name so I can message him throughout the day and check on the status so we can get this issue resolved. He informed me to wait 24 hours and contact him back if the issue still persists. You guessed right, issue was still not resolved a day later. Same stuff, messaged the billing supervisor who said he would look into it, as well as tell my supervisor the situation due to me having to keep calling out so much instead of taking incoming calls. And 3 more times of going back and forth speaking to regular reps in billing, as well as the supervisor. I felt defeated. We were 3 days in and still no help, and our customer still had no TV. My supervisor asked for an update, and I explained I didn't have one. He asked for me to hand him my headset, and he will call billing himself. He calls, explained who he is, and the rep tried to give him the same resolution. He asked for the supervisor, typed in the extension, only to get a dead sound. The rep gave him a fake extension. By this point, we are over a week in, and my supervisor is calling for my headset to different departments, trying to get a conclusion. My general manager saw my supervisor on my phone for so long and asked what was going on. Here's where the fun begins. Woo. My general manager got the full rundown and asked me to call the billing supervisor. I called him and my GM asked for my headset and that he would handle the call. I had never seen him take an agent call before, and other associates started to notice and realized the gravity of the situation. The supervisor was less than helpful, so my GM asked for his GM. After half an hour of the GM speaking, my GM hung up and told me to let him know if it's not fixed by tomorrow and he would go higher. It wasn't fixed. We're now over a week in. I inform my GM and he tells me he's going to call his boss. Frank handled mostly corporate issues, but was also the head of command for art with my GM. He explained the situation and was told corporate would handle it, and to check back in with the customer in 2 days. My customer remained sweet and calm through all this. However, every call she sounded slightly more defeated than the last. 2 weeks after this all started, she informed me it was fixed. I told my supervisor, who advised me to tell the customer we would be crediting her next due bill as well as time without service credit. I also informed her corporate would be in contact to discuss the issue and further credits for her. I'm not sure what corporate did for her, but it did end up with our billing department being revamped, as well as our payment system. Hey everybody, Hellfreezer here, and thank you very much for listening to Please Hold, number 12. And thank you very much to everybody who allowed me to use their stories in this video. If you enjoyed the video, then please do boop the like button and leave a comment, and also subscribe if you haven't done so already. Oh dear, it's getting rather hot now. It's not super duper pooper warm, but warmer than it was. It's also kind of cloudy and clammy, which doesn't help. However, that does mean that next time groceries are delivered, maybe tomorrow, we'll see. We'll see what I have to do. I can order lots of ice lollies. I do have ice cream there, but ice lollies are very important, especially just before bed to help you cool down. It's medicinal, I assure you, medicinal, with ice cream and chocolate. Although I do quite like these. There's ones I get, and they're fairly cheap. Most supermarkets have some version of them, at least locally they do. It's just little bubblegum flavoured ones. All kind of weird colours, and it tastes like bubblegum. Lovely. Okay, well, I'm going to go cool off now and put this video together, so until next time, thank you very much for listening, and take very good care of yourselves.